Many before me been called by the sea.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Not a giant fan of Bay Rums? Well, we're gonna fix that for you today with a little help from Ariana and Evans.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, an awesome group of friends from all over the world hanging out. They'd love to meet you too and know what you're shaving with today.
They would. And for our mention today, we have Pistachio Silk, one of the new EDPs from Ariana and Evans.
Y'all, Talia has started her journey at Pratt Perfuming School in Brooklyn, and these are her two first inaugural offerings, Birthday Suit and Pistachio Silk. And so that we don't ruin our noses for the episode we're about to shoot, we're going to do a little TV magic and come back with this EDP at the end. Well, we have finished shooting the episode, and boy, you're in for some fun today, folks. But now it's time to go back to the sales page and look at this EDP from Talia.
I've always loved milky, tea, and pistachio fragrances, but nothing out there blended them all into one. So I thought, why not make it? I must say I'm pretty proud of this one. Pistachio Silk reminds me of slow, indulgent mornings, the kind where sunlight begins to peek through the curtains and the world feels so calm. Finally. It's waking up in a luxe hotel bed, wearing your favorite pair of silk pajamas, and feeling so cozy that you'll press the snooze button just for a few more times.
How did you know we did that this morning? A fragrance for those who appreciate the art of slowing down and savoring life's simplest pleasures. Made with love, Talia. And y'all, when you get to the unboxing section of today's video, you'll see us discover this, but look how they send this. Is this
Comes in
not
a personalized bag.
gorgeous? And Talia puts all of those wax seals on by hand herself. All right, are you ready? We're not going with cards today, y'all. We're going to spray this right on our skin like we're supposed to.
Okay, I'm going for it. Oh, good.
Oh,
good atomizer.
nice,
Wow,
right.
nice atomizer. Okay. Okay. We do have pistachio, but I'm curious how this compares to Pistachio Silk.
This is different. And y'all, we know our pistachio EDP, we use it often. This is elevated.
Okay, the silk part is definitely happening.
Holy crap. I have never felt more like a billionaire in my life.
Right? There's something creamy, there's something woodsy that's been turned up, and there's like also a deeper, less green side that's super fun.
I hope this makes sense. This has not just the scent notes of the EDP, but there's some other room that those are in that it's like taking me away to. Yeah. So it's almost like I'm smelling the room where this is being imagined, and then I'm being invited into the actual notes of the EDP. It's like there's two worlds happening. And the pistachio and the lactonic part are beautiful, dreamy, and fantasy-like. And the darker notes are real and based in actual things that you find in life.
I know she mentioned this is like a morning scent, but I would want to just have this all day. So I'm really glad that it's an EDP that's going to last a while.
It's almost like the first room part defines me again, and then the EDP part comes in over the top of that.
Right?
And one is masculine, the bassy part, and the other part, the EDP part, is more the feminine part.
Yeah.
A whole new way of building unisex.
Right? Do we dare look at these scent notes?
Absolutely. Where are we starting?
Pistachio,
Got
which
it.
we'd assume was there. Coconut, you definitely can smell the whole part of the coconut
It's
somehow.
the lactonic journey you're taking in this, y'all.
And then, peony, how
I
wonderful.
forgot.
Yeah.
This is a little homage to my mama. She got one tattoo when she got Alzheimer's. She really feared needles, so I wasn't sure why she did it. But it was of a peony because her dad propagated them in San Joaquin County, and she loved them dearly. So thank you, Peter and Talia, for being the artisan that has made two peony scents with which I remember my mama. I love that that's in here. And sort of being flanked by two lactonics, because next we have rice milk, which we know Talia is taking a giant journey into using as a lactonic in a lot of her fragrances coming up. And we are on board because what a beguiling scent that is.
And then I used to actually put my rice milk in my black tea. So it's very fun that those are next to each other.
Perfect. And then you might as well call this Marcus because there's a caramel note in here.
And then
Somalian
that's
myrrh.
in here.
Beautiful. And that's the room. Talia, that's the room I got, was that incensey sense of just a guy before anything else is put on
Right.
it. And then Virginian cedarwood. We saw this in a McDuff last week. A phenomenal setup. This was in Valentine Cabin. How does this differ from the A&E pistachio EDP that Doug Lane sent us?
So in that one, I get more the nut side, like almost like a cozy fall vibe to me.
Right.
This is a all year kind of vibe.
Right.
Like that one's a warmer, darker version, if that makes sense.
It is.
This is a fun, more creamy, silky. I mean, silk is clearly a perfect word, but the textures and where it's at, it has more that decadence to it that's just turned up in a different way.
Perfect. Because sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
I do think you need both of these in your den. I'm just going to point out the differences are quite there. Like they're really noticeable in a fun, different way. I don't think we've smelled anything like this.
And thank you for knowing that even though we're just degenerate wet shavers, we really do appreciate an elevated presentation. It makes us feel a little more special. And A&E has a way of making us feel a lot more special.
I'm actually very excited to keep getting to know Talia's nose. Like knowing that we have birthday suit coming and just her little thumbprint and being a part of this journey. Like if this is where it's starting, I cannot wait to see what happens next.
And we're going to keep bringing back the A&E EDPs as we get to know them because these wash over us in waves. So we will be bringing this back a couple weeks from now to let you know our impression as we've got to know this a little bit more. And what is our soap today?
Oh, we have Empyrean Bay Rum.
Ooh, for those of you that may not be giant fans of Bay Rum, Peter has taken a swing at fixing it for you. And since we have already shot the episode, I'll tell you, pretty sure he was successful. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at aegrooming.com.
Truth be told, I was never a big fan of traditional bay rum scents. I wanted to create a bay rum composition which is not typical and without cinnamon or clove oils, which can cause adverse effects and irritation. I'm using real bay leaf and rum. In place of cinnamon and cloves, I'm using real tonka, real coumarin for warmth and added complexity.
I am also using clementine essential oils and orange blossom. In addition, I have added a hint of apple and pomegranate notes. Finally, I added a whisper of geranium essential oil and a powder note, which I think turned this into a beautiful scent people who don't normally gravitate toward traditional bay rums will love. Well, y'all, full disclosure, we were getting ready to shoot SoCal Hipster, and we mentioned to Doug Lane that we had just gotten Empyrean Bay Rum in the mail. And he went, oh no, you're shooting that today and call me after. You bet, let's unbox it. Y'all, 4 o'clock in the morning when our phones go off, we generally know why. There's no emergency. Dad's fine. It's a shaver on the East Coast who has opened something to shave with that morning and is reporting in. And y'all, we got more than one alert the morning that this hit the shelves. Incredible. Oh, this is the EDP.
Look at how it comes.
We're just going to focus on this for a second. Y'all, look how Talia's new EDPs come.
In a pretty little... Oh!
Are you kidding me? There's notes! What's it say?
Hope you love it with a heart.
How cute! Look at this little, bag.
It's very fancy,
And it comes in, and
Wait.
a little wax seal
Okay.
on the bottom. I know Talia does those herself by hand on the bottles, too. Take it out.
Oh, it's been stamped. It's legit.
Y'all, that is gorgeous. And back to shaving soap territory here, y'all. Oh, look at the label on this. Is that gorgeous? Oh, it's
Pink
the
and a
Ultima
purple?
face.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, look at, but you can see the fun pink and bright colors.
And if you ever have a home intruder in the middle of the night, you don't have a baseball bat handy, I might suggest grabbing one of these flashes from A&E. They are that formidable. Whack somebody over the head with this. They're not waking up until pancakes. And I'm excited because I think it was unanimous across the board that this is the Bay Rum that'll cure Bay Rums for you. But we'll know in a second when we have our first impression. You are a Bay Rum girl. Around here, you are the authority. It hits your soul even deeper than it does mine. So you're going to take this
I
in.
still don't know why, but after reading that little description, I feel like this is going to be a whole new fun side of Bay Rum,
I'm
though.
so excited. All right, take it in. See what you got. I wonder if just because of the pinks and purples, there might be a feminine edge to this. A little more unisex of a Bay Rum.
I'm wondering, with
Who
the
knows?
apple pomegranate little hints in there.
And Talia does do some of their perfuming. There's a feminine hand in it over there at A&E. So let's see what mysteries and wonders lie in this set.
Okay. For those who like to see the pour.
See, all this Ultima base does not mess around. Okay.
That needed a long whiff.
What you got?
Wow. Okay. It is definitely still in the Bay Rum category. And I thought I was going to miss that clove kind of side and stuff in there. Didn't even notice. Because there's other herby spices and stuff that are used here. I know he said he used bay leaf still.
Right.
And you can tell. So it's still a Bay Rum.
Nice.
But I think it is probably one of the more palatable Bay Rums or the more crowd-pleasing ones. Because sometimes the clove and the cinnamon can really push people off or if they're allergic to it. So I love that. I still know that this is in the Bay Rum category, but it's a new, fun way. The midsection still has the herby kind of spice part.
Cool.
But there is a brightness to this. I don't know if I would have picked out right away that it was like a pomegranate or different kind of fruit happening.
Right.
But there's definitely makes you want to take a long whiff to figure it out.
Nice.
A few moments later.
I feel like I walked into a super fancy bed and breakfast or like a new building. Like there's just a vibrancy in this that's turned up in a new fun way. There's a blue tone I'm getting. Not sure how. I don't know why that color's popping through, but there's something in the middle of this that's really adding like a fun twist.
Right.
So even though I'm a Bay Rum gal, there's something in this one that adds more of that. If I want to put a smile on my face, if I want to just be a little more adventurous, I feel like I might jump into more this sort of lane.
Right.
You asked earlier if it could be more feminine. I don't want to say it's necessarily feminine.
Right.
But I want to say it's more unisex. It's not pushing where normally a Bay Rum does kind of vibe towards the masculine side.
Right.
This I don't think is even more, it's more a place. It's more an adventure.
Yeah, I think there are only certain scents that we even have assigned a gender to, like grape soda. What gender is grape soda? I mean, who knows? Who cares? How does it make you feel?
It just makes me want to pause and indulge in it. So it makes me, like I'm enjoying the scent. So it makes me feel good. But I think the more important thing and why we kind of got into this whole world is just pausing and being in the moment. So there's something about this whiff that I just wanted to keep going. I don't want to leave this place.
Nice.
It's interesting. I know that he mentioned the florals and I know that he mentioned the magic of the apple and the pomegranate.
Yeah.
But if I hadn't read those, I don't think I would know that that's the magic that's in here.
Right.
It's almost just adding that little extra sparkle or something that's new. So you think you know a Bay Rum,
Right.
but to be able to start from scratch and rebuild it in a new way, this is a very cool strategic way to do it.
You don't get any more traditional than a Bay Rum. Before there were aftershaves. That's kind of all there were. So it's very cool that it's all come full circle at A&E so that they're building their first Bay Rum. And woo, sounds like it's quite different. Now, as a red-blooded American male who's got one foot firmly planted at all times in the barbershop, how is the powder note coming through on this?
Oh, I don't know if I'm getting powder at all, but I'm just getting that it's still clean. Like a lot of the Bay Rums can be a darker, bassier kind of scent to it. Like I usually get a burgundy color in mind or something.
Yeah.
This has the vibrancy turned up. So I think there is a bluish hint to this. It doesn't mean it's a blue barbershop, but I think it's more that clean side that's coming through. It might be the florals that are doing it, but it's hard for me to pull them out, at least just smelling right off the puck.
How dark does it go?
That's a good question. I think to me, it's like a sunset.
Gotcha.
So it's not dark yet, but you can feel the sun's going away.
Right.
It's starting to cool off. There's a little fog off the water. Like it's not quite dark, but it's hinting that that's coming.
Gotcha. What's the loudest singer?
It's somehow with the bay leaf,
Still good.
but it's who it's interacting with. So it changes. Like if I follow the bay leaf in, then it goes maybe more into that clean florally side, kind of into the fun, zesty, fruity side, and then something in the base that's a different spice. It just kind of keeps bouncing back and forth.
Right.
You ready to get your nose on this?
I'm more than ready. Are you kidding me? All right, here we go, taking it in. And she almost missed her cue. Please welcome in Elaine Stritch from Broadway's Sail Away. She's going to join us for today's
I
episode.
had to join for the second whiff here.
All right, y'all, the legendary shake and clam. Here we go. It's shook and it's clammed. Take it in. L'chaim.
Empyrean Bay Rum.
Whoa.
He needs a minute. What, you thought it all?
Y'all, like, my brain showed me getting on a drop ride. And you think you're gonna drop. But you don't. They pull the lever, and instead of dropping, I went up. And I was projected all the way up. And then there was some, like, anti-gravity at the very top that left me hanging. Oh, man, is this unexpected. Hold on. I'm just still got a little whiplash. I'm thinking I was going to go one way, and I'm going the other. The bass notes on this are barely even visible on the first whiff. This is such a light and almost, of course, I can find a mint in anything, but almost a minty sense of where this is sitting. And it's gorgeous. And still, the crazy thing, I know this ride looks like a boat. I know this isn't aquatic. I know this is a bay rum.
Yeah.
But I went up. Okay, hold on.
See if this brings you back down for a moment.
I love it because it just means this is so different. It's taking this long to discover commonalities with things that I know that I can even offer up. Wow.
So after 500 soaps, y'all, you could still floor us. Just saying.
And the cool thing is, I thought this, maybe because of the pink on the label, was going to start as very sweet. And that was going to be the doorman for everything else. A braver choice was made here. It's not even that sweet at all. What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10 as sweetness?
Oh, yeah. Out of 10, maybe like a 3, 4.
Right.
It's not that high.
Right, but you don't realize that until you look for it. It's the charm in all of the other notes that is so charming. They don't even need to be sweet, like Christopher Walken. Like Jack Nicholson. You're just so charming, you don't have to be sweet at all. Okay, so the bay, but it's got an equally green side and an equally spicy side. So I can smell the bay when it's young, and I can smell the bay when it's a super hot day and it's about to fall off the tree. That may be part of how this isn't a traditional bay rum. They're capturing the bay at a different point in its scent life. And then hold on.
Yeah, see after that, where that takes you.
That would normally connect so hard to a clove and cinnamon that I think that's why my brain feels like it's going in a different direction than it's expecting. But y'all, to get those spicy, herby lights that can stand in for a super strong and prominent base, you've got to find a magical blend. And they have. Okay, let me dive into the lights.
Yeah, see what you get. I just kept bouncing back and forth. It just didn't stop moving.
It's a fruity powder. It's almost like the wrapper of your favorite fruit striped gum flavor. It's almost that, and then mixing with the bay as you go deeper. Whoa. And when he says powder, I think the reason we weren't really sensing it traditionally is it's not the Johnson & Johnson baby powder scent note mix. It's talc. It's real, actual mineral, slightly chalky, beautifully masculine talc. And again, light, but spicy. And instead of the clove, this is inspired.
Right.
Instead of the clove, he's found a floral that can stand in for 2/3 of the clove. Yeah. And on our walk every day, it's California, so you get 900 different kinds of trees and flowers. There are these red flowers toward the end of our walk that in the summer months start to droop. But that's when they smell the sweetest, when those petals are mature. And there is something in here that is that beautiful, wilty summer flower that is standing in for the clove with at least 2/3 of its spiciness. Just done with light rather than shadow. This is just a sailor who is turning his face to the sun, not away from it. And there is a sense of hope in this. This is beautiful. Y'all, let's go back and look at the scent notes. All right, let's do this list style. From the beginning, we've got...
Clementine.
Got it.
Orange blossom. Green apple. Pomegranate. Rum. That might be part of the spice I'm getting.
I didn't even really start looking for the rum yet, and it's called a bay rum. Hold on, please.
Is that why I was getting more of the spice? I just didn't register the rum?
It's not the alcohol-y part. It's the spice part.
Okay.
It's a brown rum. And then...
geranium.
Beautiful.
Powder.
Yep.
Tonka bean. Coumarin. Bay leaf and cedar.
Light in the intensity, but a beautiful sense of the deck of that ship and an effervescent quality to keep it on a lighter side. Beautiful, peppery sort of wood.
I mean, it's fun. If you look at this list, I wouldn't necessarily pull out right away that it's a bay rum, but somehow when you smell it, it still is in that lane completely.
And y'all, we are going to build a lather with this beautiful Ultima base here. Comes off with a little bite back to my stick, and I'm sure the brethren would tell you that's twice as much as you need. We're going to load this into my Captain's Choice Copper Bowl, a superlative choice for a bay rum, I think. And the idea here, y'all, is just to make a smooth surface with your soap so the brush bristles don't pull up any chunks. So just like you're smoothing chewing gum into carpet at your grandma's house on Easter Sunday, and then we're going to hit this with some bougie water, give it a little bit of a vertical bloom, let the rest of that water hang out at the bottom of the bowl. We're going to use it on the brush in a minute. And this is my vintage shaving brush homage from Ariana and Evans with the Badger Knot. I love this thing, and the more I use it, the more it gets broken in, the softer and more reliable those bristles get. So I'm just going to come at that soap with a brush that I have just slightly wetted and then shaken out real good. I'm going to go forwards, backwards, push down a little bit, and as that soap stops making its way onto the bristles, I'm going to turn the brush 25%. And all of a sudden, oh, look at that. A bunch more soap starts disappearing into the brush. Push down, see what the backbone knows, and then, hey, why not turn your brush another 25%. Ooh, and just about the time you've only got about 10% of the soap left there in the bristles. Now, go down and grab that water and take it to the face, take it to the legs, take it anywhere you don't want hair. And after about 45 seconds, your lather's going to change. It's going to become something new. And then the seasoned shaver will tell you, another minute later, does it again.
I'm getting whiffs just sitting here.
I know. And
that orange is coming through, something else in the bay, and the rum side. There's a lot of fun things.
And I love that it doesn't need a sweetness for the charm or the allure to come through. And if you think cinnamon and clove, it does take you to a biscotti. It does take you to a gourmand. Y'all, this is the least gourmandy bay rum I have ever sensed, and it is magical.
That's funny, because if you look at the list, like the first few things, they're all some fruit gourmandy kind of things.
I know, but they're not being used for their gourmandy qualities. They're being used for their spicy qualities. They're being used for their creamy qualities. There's other stuff going on in here. Y'all, I know we never comment on lather here at the Barbershop Duet, but are you kidding me? That looks like AI. Look at the tiny bubbles. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea whiff on 3, 1, 2. Oh, it's nicer.
Yeah.
In the lather.
Citrus is brightened up even more here.
It all comes together. Oh, that's beautiful. And y'all, while we used to love watching our Shaving with Charky videos, one of the things that we enjoyed most was seeing how that lather coats his face, or even watching that Aqua de Boracay shave where Daniel Malou shaved it in Italy. Y'all. And y'all, you didn't think 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea meant straight down, did you? But we're going to take this a little deeper. And here's why I love the splashes from A&E. They're not the color you expect. They have a beautiful creamy yellow color tone, which tells you about the skin food inside. I can get in Flintstone vitamins all day long. Doesn't leak in the mail, tell you that.
It does not.
She doesn't swear on the show.
That electric.
Hey! You did it! All right! I think you have deserved first take in of the splash.
I will not complain. We earned it. Interesting. I don't know what came out more, but there's a mid layer, maybe the woodsy rum.
Oh, y'all,
something.
This doesn't have a
Try
yellow
not to
color.
spill on the dough.
It has a white creamy color to it. Look at that. All right, here we go.
Oh, I'm enjoying that kind of mandarin orange blossom little part that brings you in.
And y'all, I do get bay.
Yeah.
I do get rum.
Yep.
But it's a cosmopolitan version of it. It's a Midtown Manhattan version of it. I don't know how better to describe that. And then everything else fills in to support those personalities in such a beautiful, clean, crisp daylight way. There's even a tang to this.
Yeah, tang.
Not your normal bay rum, indeed.
I almost feel like if you could modernize it a little
Right.
bit, there's something in this that's making it super current. It's still in the Bay Rum category, but it does have something that's like an all-age inclusive vibe to it, maybe.
And you are so right about the citrus in the splash. Citrus does great in shave soap, but y'all, it shines in a splash. And I am getting a beautiful minty orange here somehow with
Right.
all of the other stuff going on.
I know you've been to the island where they filmed the Pirates of the Caribbean portion.
did.
And I feel like we're on that island. Like there's just something so real about wherever we're at.
Where's the rum gone? I thought they'd have like a plaque where they shot that scene, but it turns out they had to completely rework the island so much on Castaway Cay. In fact, some of the beaches they had to like make. So I think wherever that was exactly shot
Right.
is now like a souvenir hut. Although the big ship from the original movie, the haunted one, used to sit at Castaway Cay because when they were done shooting the movie, they just put it there for like scenery.
Oh,
And
someone stole it?
they offered jet ski excursions.
Oh.
And they warned you, do not get close. At which point I thought, what could they possibly do? I almost went to the brig, but it was totally worth it. I took that jet ski right up.
Marcus didn't follow the
I mean,
rules.
not like close enough to board it. Well, kinda. Okay, I understand why they were mad. But y'all, how often do you get to get that close to a piece of iconic movie history?
I'm actually kind of jealous, I'm not going to lie.
It was cool. Here's a picture. It's gone now. The weather took it. Y'all, they get hurricanes every 9 days down there. It's gone. And I love that this hits me hard in all of those gourmandy places that my sweetest soaps do. And this is one of my least sweet soaps. There is a mystery here as to how it's being done, because maybe it's not actually sweet that does that for me. It's charm. It's the way the notes are actually coming together to give you the sense of fun, to give you the sense of charm, to give you the sense of character without needing to crawl up your nose with sweet.
Take a whiff. Does it almost feel like there's menthol in this? There's not, but there's something that's just like revitalizing about it that almost feels like it's playing on a hint at a menthol.
I think there's a mint. I think somewhere in the citrus is a little bit of a spearminty edge, and I'm here for it. So it's pretty simple. Y'all just be Marcus and Sarah, ready to shoot SoCal Hipster at the request of one of our Whiff Pack members. And Doug Lane is going to give you a phone call, and he's going to find out that you just got Empyrean Bay Rum in the mail, and you're not shooting that now. Hang up the phone immediately, call me after, and get your out! So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Empyrean Bay Rum, and what a scent. These notes don't just move. They don't tug a war. They dance. And where jazz and hip-hop is about down, ballet is about up, defying gravity. And that's what this scent makes me think of. I was talking to Foxy Matt yesterday. He said, you know what Empyrean means? No. Where God's will and man's will come together. Y'all, very fitting. Especially if you've tried this base. Am I right? Welcome and bienvenue à messages.
So for our March giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to McDuff Soap Company.
It's in Canadian dollars. How fun is that? And all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com. Mention McDuff and how cute he is, and then check back here on our first April episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
And what I like best about this, right when it becomes one thing, it segues into the next. As soon as it starts to become citrus, it turns into rum. As soon as it starts to become rum, it turns into powder. As soon as it starts to become powder, it turns into cedar.
Yep.
Y'all, this is an adventure and you're on it.
It's interesting. Like what if I tell myself smell for the Bay Rum portion?
Right.
It's there.
Yes.
If I tell myself just take a whiff of this, I almost just get stuck in that whirlwind of scent notes to where I know it's a Bay Rum, but it's got a twist to it. Like I like that they use these fun colors for the label because it really does kind of mix it up a little bit.
What if Bay Rum were more unisex? Well, I bring you glad tidings, great joy. I think we've discovered it. Eureka. And Peter and Talia, thank you so much for sending out this set for free for us to review and believing in our little show. Boy, do we believe in you guys.
We will be back for more soon. Do not worry. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.